That was... So why do you think the poll tax is wrong?
Poll tax is wrong.
Why?
Because you've had so much information recently on the TV and radio that perhaps I think you should be made well aware of the reason for that. It's unjust. It's unjust. The poll tax is going to create, as I already observed, I've already made clear to you, it's unjust and it's creating great confusion among the people. If it cannot be realised that that poll tax is acceptable, then there must be something unjust about it at all. But the only tax that should be applied to the people in general is that which is gained from the site value of land. Land is the only thing that belongs to people in common. But you can't divide the land among the people. But you can divide the revenue that's being obtained now through let me see, put it this way, through the values of land expressed in the selling price of land. But this is the only way that you can really collect the total site value of land and distribute among the people insofar as it will satisfy the needs of the general revenue and the local revenue. But now it is already being collected, but it's going into private hands, and to replace that, we must penalise the people by placing taxes upon their efforts, wages, and all the industry that they create.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right. You want to...
Excuse me, can I ask you why are you against the poll tax?
It's unfair, it's undemocratic.
In what way?
Well, it's helping the rich to get richer and the poor to get poorer.
Okay, and do you think that this poll tax may bring down the government?
Yeah, I've got a feeling it will do.
It will be, yeah.
Yeah, we get the same support we've got in Scotland, it will.
Okay, thank you very much.
Got one of them, yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh, I love
Excuse me.
Hello, yeah.
Excuse me, can I ask you why you feel the poll tax is unfair?
Well, it's hitting all these young people, isn't it? What I'm campaigning for is a good thing, and that is taxation of land values. Rate the sites of the land only, not the buildings. No, don't charge people, don't charge on buildings or, you know, on income tax is all rubbish.
So you don't feel that the so-called roof tax is any good either then?
Well, no, you see, there's got a group in London. Dave Wetzel is running the Labour Land Group, who is seeking to get the Labour Party to adopt this policy, which 168 Labour MPs petitioned the Attlee government for. Philip Snowden had it in the Finance Act of 1931. Unfortunately, it was thrown off by the Conservatives, the vested interests. You see.
Okay, so what do you think is a viable way then to...
Well, what they should be doing, they should be charging on the site value of the land. It's very simple. All they've got to do is to shift the assessments off the buildings onto the site value of the land, because that's created by the community. So it's a proper source of public revenue, and it's created by the community, by the fact that the community's there, so that certain sites have a value for business, etc. purposes.
Yeah. How damaging do you think this is to the government, this poll tax?
Oh, I think it's very damaging. Oh, yes, it could be, you know, catastrophic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, 2, 1. Can I ask you why you feel the poll tax is unfair?
Because they even say that disabled people don't pay, but they have to.
Disabled people will
Got
have
to pay
to.
percentage, yeah.
Yeah, and you feel that's wrong?
Yeah, and it's not just for me, it's for the other people here as well.
Okay, what would you like to see in its place?
Nothing. More money
More money for disabled people?
for everyone.
Okay, do you feel this is very damaging for the government, the poll tax?
Yeah. And for us.
And for you?
Well, I mean, I'd like to
Yeah. Excuse me, can I ask you... Would anybody like to say why you feel the poll tax is unfair? Fair enough.
Oh, you do it again, do you?
Why do you feel the poll tax is unfair?
Why is it unfair?
Why do you feel it is?
Because it attacks the working class.
And how damaging or how much attention do you think the government will pay to rallies like this one?
I think they'll pay a lot of attention because we've got a general election next year and we've got municipal elections this year.
Okay, and how do you feel the government is treating workers in general and working class people in general?
Well, you're asking for a personal opinion now, are you?
Yes.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I do think they're treating them very well.
You know,
You know, and that's an understatement.
do you think the government will be damaged by this poll tax?
Definitely.
It's got to be, hasn't it?
Definitely.
In view of what's happening, Charlie.
It will be damaged. This is the last straw. People in this city have just about had enough of it. They've just about had enough. And if we are forced to pay, you've got 300 and odd pounds, what she's saying to pay, against what the council, Liverpool Council, want to pay for 500. People cannot afford it. They just can't afford to pay.
You can't pay what you haven't got, can it? That's it.
What do you feel about the £148 in Wordsworth Wandsworth Council?
Rubbish. It's a joke.
It's a fix,
It's a joke.
A fix?
It's a joke. Definitely. Definitely. Definitely a fix.
Thank you.
Oh, you think up that, you think up. Oh, just take it off and practice do that. That's it. Hey. Oh, well done.
Okay.
Which is going to hit the working class hardest. I mean, the people who are sort of on low incomes, living in small houses, can pay the same as people who are sort of massively rich and living in mansions.
Okay, but are things like this going to have an effect on the government?
I think they are going to obviously hit their popularity, and they're having a lot of problems with it at the moment. The problem is that the existing campaign we've got at the moment isn't going to be enough to really damage the Tories and really stop the poll tax going through, and I think that's the problem we've really got at the present time.
Okay, do you think they will alter the poll tax so next year there's a lot more, they make themselves more popular by bringing the poll tax down for certain workers?
Well, I think they know the election is coming up, and I think that they will probably try to do something like cap the poll tax or something like that to make some concessions, but obviously they're not going to withdraw the poll tax or anything like that at all.
Yeah. Are you happy that people are actually getting out onto the streets nowadays?
I think it's good that people are out on the streets. I think the problem is that people are being mobilised around a non-payment campaign, which is not going to beat the poll tax. I think what we need is a non-implementation campaign which goes to workers in councils to actually convince them not to implement the tax, because if a non-payment campaign leaves people as individuals isolated in their own house, and they can be picked up as isolated individuals. If we had a non-implementation campaign, it can be a form of collective action.
That's the best way forward.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.
Hello. I'm going to talk to you. You could talk to us last night. Yeah, there's
Sherry, do you have a message for Margaret Thatcher over this poll tax?
She only has to see the people here today. People in Liverpool have been hammered in the last 10 years, as have working class people all over the country. They just can't afford to pay the poll tax. Listen to them yourselves, they're not paying.
Okay. And do you feel this could be very damaging for the government?
If the people organise correctly, we can bring this government down in a very short period of time. And that'll suit the people.
Thank you.
It's a bit of singing. A bit of singing now.
Maggie!
No, do that one. How about we're not paying the poll tax? No.
What one's that?
We're not paying the poll tax. We're not paying the poll tax. We're not paying the poll tax.
That's one way of getting on the telly.
What does he think of the poll tax?
Sorry?
What does he think of the poll
He's
tax?
against it, mate. All against it. You won't be getting his biscuits if we have to pay.